Welcome to Basic Operators. In this video, we are going to take a look at some of Python's basic arithmetic operators, including the addition, subtraction, multiplication, exponentiation, division, and remainder operators. Before we can begin working with operators in Python, we are going to need to make sure that our Python program is actually running Python 3 and not Python 2. To do this, we are going to set what is called the shebang line at the top of your program. But we need a little bit more information. So open your terminal, and if you are on a Unix-based system, you can type the command which Python 3.4. Then it'll give you a path to where your Python interpreter is. So you can copy this and go back to your Python script and enter hashtag, exclamation mark, and then paste that path. This tells us that the Python interpreter we're running is going to be the Python 3.4 interpreter. By default, we are just running the Python interpreter, which in my case is Python 2 and not Python 3, which will affect some of the operators in Python, for instance, the division operator. Most of the basic arithmetic operators that you can think of also exist in Python, and they work exactly the same way. Here are a few of them. So on line 3, we have the addition operator, which is just a plus sign. The minus sign is just a dash. We can also subtract negative numbers. Here I put them close together, but you can also allow spaces like this. And two negatives makes a positive, so this one would be positive 7, actually. The multiplication operator is just a single asterisk. So this is 3 multiplied by 8. The exponentiation operator is 2 asterisks. So this is 2 to the power 4, which is 16. Do not confuse the double asterisk and the caret sign. Traditionally, the caret sign represents exponentiation, but not in Python. We have 2 more operators which we need to discuss. That is the division operator and the modulus operator, or the remainder as it's called. So division in Python 3 is slightly particular. Let's have a few examples. So if I print 7 divided by 3, that's going to give me a decimal number, because by default, Python 3 does decimal division. Let's get rid of these. Let's see what the result is. And of course, we get a decimal number. But what if I do this? This is also a decimal number. So you can think of these as being converted to floats before the division happens. However, if you want to force integer division, you can do that. So there's also another operator, which is the double slash. This will force integer division. So here, 7 divided by 3 is 2, because we're forcing integer division. And we can also force integer division, but with floating point numbers. Except that this time, the result will be a whole floating point number. You cannot divide by 0. So suppose I had a variable a divided by b, but b is 0, then Python would throw an error and would say, you cannot do that, division by 0. You can try that out for yourself. And the last operator we need to talk about is called the remainder, or the modulus operator. Here's how it works. Suppose we have a number 8, mod 5. and the remainder operator is denoted by a percent sign. So 8 on 5 would give us 3, because there's a remainder of 3 when we divide 8 by 5. But since 8 is a multiple of 4, the remainder is 0. In this section, we looked at how to install Python, how to get started with a text editor or an IDE, how to create some basic variables, what Python types are, and how to get started with some of the basic arithmetic operators. In the next section, we will be looking at a very interesting concept called string manipulation.